Hi Dan. I just finished watching your video about dreams. First of all, let me apologize for the harsh lighting because I was just about to go to sleep and I was watching YouTube. You know how you watch TV to fall asleep? Not because TV is boring, but just to have something on. That's what I was doing to YouTube. So I was watching all the things that I was subbed to, and your video about dreams was there. And so I started watching it, and then I finished watching it. Then I made some comments and I thought, why not make a video reply? You know, why not? At 3 in the morning, why not make a video reply? You were talking about dreams, and of course dreams are just super fascinating things that nobody really understands. But the point that I wanted to sort of comment on was the section of the video where you talked about sleep paralysis. Now, I suffer from sleep paralysis once or twice a month. Now, I wanted to share 2 different stories that I have, experiences with sleep paralysis. I've suffered from it countless times over my life. Usually, for me, sleep paralysis happens when I fall asleep on my back. And then once you wake up from sleep paralysis, I found if you don't get up and start walking around and like waking yourself up before you go back to sleep, if that makes sense, if you just fall right back to sleep, the next time you wake up you will suffer from it again. Anyways, all that aside, the first episode I remember was I was in my old house and I'd fallen asleep on my back. I woke up in the middle of the night and I could hear my cat rustling in some plastic bags beside my bed, which is something that she always did, and it was perfectly normal because it happened all the time. And then I realized that I couldn't move and that I was laying there, and I commented below your video on somebody else's comment. They had posted that they can't open their eyes, that it's impossible to open your eyes when you have sleep paralysis. Well, it must be different for different people because I can open my eyes and I can see things, and a lot of people can see things when they suffer from it. It's not like I am now. I'm not looking around going, oh, I can't move my body, this is weird. You know how people fall asleep with their eyes open sometimes, but they're not like falling asleep like this? But they're more sleeping like kind of like this, and their eyes are just slits at the bottom of their eyelids. That's what it's like when you have sleep paralysis and your eyes are open. You can see kind of through the bottom of your eyes. So I realized I couldn't move my body, and the first time, and pretty much every time that you wake up like this, the main thing is I can't move. Second thing is I can't breathe properly because you can't really move your chest up and down to take in big breaths of air. So you're just taking really shallow breaths and you're panicking, so you're trying to keep your breaths normal and trying to move at the same time. Anyways, that is scary in and of itself. I'm just going off on a tangent. I had a little nightlight back then that I used to think was fun to put little Christmas bulbs in, so I had a little green bulb in my nightlight, so my room was just dimly lit by green. I was laying there listening to my cat playing in bags, and then I felt sort of this, it seems so weird to talk about it because people are like, oh, whatever, but I felt this presence. And then I could see at the end of my bed this figure. It was just a dark sort of shape, and I could hear it, and it was moving back and forth at the end of my bed, just pacing back and forth at the end of my bed. And it's kind of freaking me out just to talk about it right now, even though it's been years. It was years ago that this happened. So it wasn't a person, it wasn't I don't know what it was supposed to be, because it was just a form. It didn't have a face or anything. It just was something just moving at the end of my bed, just there. And I was trying to scream, I was trying to do anything that I could just to move, to hide, to run, and I couldn't do anything. And finally, I don't know what it was, but something, I just finally just kind of kicked, and then I woke up, and everything was gone. my cat was laying at the end of my bed, so it wasn't her playing in plastic bags. It was just me hallucinating. So after sort of my lifetime of this, finally, about 1.5 to 2 years ago, I researched it. Turns out it's something that reoccurs in a lot of people's lives. They think that everybody has suffered from it at least once or will. The important thing is that you get the word out so that people don't panic. So the one thing they tell you is not to panic when it happens, and to try to move your big toe, because apparently the easiest thing to move, to concentrate on moving, is your big toe, and then once you move one muscle, your whole body wakes up, and it's over. Shortly after having read this, I had another episode, the next episode that I'm going to tell you about. It happened here, in this room, this time in the morning, and again, I woke up on my back, my body was paralyzed, and I looked over at my door, and it was wide open, and my brother was standing there. And I didn't really think anything of it. I mean, my brother lives at his own house, but he still lives in the same city as I do, and he comes and visits. And at this moment, my parents were away for a few days, so I thought that he was just coming to check up on me and see that I was fine or whatever. Sometimes I sleep in, so he might have come over and saw I was sleeping, been like, "Oh, come on, Lindsay, get up." And he started walking towards me, and I couldn't say, "Oh, hi," or anything. He just was there, and he's like, "Lindsay, what are you doing?" The whole time looking at him, I'm trying to move. Finally, I wiggled my big toe, and my body woke up. But at the same time, which didn't happen in the first episode, I was looking at him when I woke up, and he just disappeared. I mean, he just vanished. Like, he was there, and then he was gone. It was like some special effect. So, I mean, that one wasn't scary or anything. It was just more weird. Like, why was I dreaming that my brother was coming and checking up on me? He vanished, and that sort of stuff. So that one was more just interesting. It just piqued my interest more. So I went and I looked it up again, and I found out that if you don't panic, and if you stay calm, much like lucid dreams, you can control what you see. Some people see really terrifying stuff that I hope to never see when I get sleep paralysis in the future. But if you keep yourself calm and you realize that this is happening to you, you can actually just hallucinate, whatever you want. So you can just hallucinate like something really awesome, or you could just calm yourself and hallucinate something that's not scary, just sort of normal, or not hallucinate at all. You can just focus on trying to wake up, trying to move your body. So yeah, Dan, I want to thank you again for making this video. Sorry that my response ran for so long. I hope you watched the reply, but if not, I hope some people watched the reply and learned some things from it. People out there, anybody, if you're suffering from sleep paralysis, it's completely normal. Go on the internet, there's Facebook groups about it, there's forums about it, there's whole web pages dedicated to sleep paralysis. Researching it really helps. I mean, it's still scary when it happens, but at least you know what's going on and how to kind of control it, and the best way to get out of it quickly. And when you have people to talk to about it, much like any other thing in life, once you have people to talk to about it and to relate to, it's really not that bad. It's actually pretty interesting to read about other people's experiences. I consider myself lucky that even though this is something that I continually suffer from, I wouldn't call it really suffering from, but something that I continually experience, that mine never really are that bad, and the only 2 times I hallucinated were the 2 times I told you. All the other times I just was paralyzed. See you guys later. Sweet dreams. Good night. Hope you guys sleep, because I don't think I'm going to. Okay, bye.